Oh, what's it got to do when you can't keep a job? You know what? You become a comedian. That's what you do.
It might not work for everyone, but it worked out great for James Johann, the pride of Paola, Kansas, back in Omaha, Nebraska, after more than a year away.
James is here this morning. Good to see you, James.
Good to be back. Thank you.
We love having you
Paola,
here.
Kansas. How is Paola? You been down there?
Let me tell you, Paola is.
You live down there?
I live in that little town. It's a typical small town. You guys got them around here. You know, we just got a Walmart, so we're real happy about that. But it's, you know, it's a typical small town. We got the town square with the gazebo and everything.
Oh, yeah.
I was actually up on the square the other day with my daughter. We ran into our new preacher. So he's lost. He just moved there. He's looking for the grocery store. So he said, well, you guys, I told him how to get there. And he's like, well, you guys stop by the church Sunday. I'll help you get to heaven. I was like, man, you can't find the grocery store. What are you talking about?
And you're going to get me to heaven?
Yeah, you're going to get me to heaven. So, but it's a great little town. You know, now that I'm older, I like all I can hear is the train and the church bell, and it's real quiet and peaceful. So, but it's always nice to get out. That's why I travel, to come see big cities like Omaha and have a good time.
You're making fun of us.
Yeah,
a little bit. Can I ask a personal question,
Sure.
James? How do you pronounce your last name? Because I have, forever, I heard it pronounced Johann, and then recently I heard somebody say Johann, and I was like, well, what?
Yeah.
Have we been getting it wrong this whole time?
We use the J. I don't know how it happened. I think it's a German
So I
name.
said it right, Johann.
Johann
Yeah.
is how we
Johann.
say it, but most everybody thinks it's Johann or like Sebastian Bach or something, you know, but it's Johann. I don't know how it changed or when it changed.
But you don't correct people if they say James Johann?
I just figure I should have come up with a stage name. Jimmy Sunshine would have been easier or something. You know.
It's funny because there's a politician in Nebraska, Mike Johanns, right?
Okay.
And when he went, I think he was
our
head of
governor.
Department of Agriculture, and George Bush introduced him. Well, his name is Mike Johanns, but George Bush called him Johanns. So
Yeah.
he has the same problem.
Yeah,
you
it's
Johann people have the same.
It's a tough name. I don't know why, but yeah. So Johann is how you do it.
Yeah, I think you said it before the break about the blue collar comedy tour, and you know Larry being in Nebraska, like we were all like especially dialed in around these parts.
Yeah.
Any good stories? Surely you've got several from those times on the road. But anything you can share on television?
Let me think
here?
about that for just a second. There's not much. No, I spent about 2 years on the tour bus with Larry and Jeff Foxworthy, respectively. And just, man, and the thing about like Larry the Cable Guy, he's the same guy on and off stage. And I've never watched more Green Acres or eaten more cheese curds than I did on that bus. That's all we did. He had a Green Acres box set, and we just had cheese curds galore.
That's funny.
And it was a blast. And when I got with Larry, he was still in clubs. He was still working the funny, but people were lining up to see him. You know, we knew he was getting ready to move on and be big. And it was amazing watching that happen to somebody, how they just went from one transition to another.
And that they didn't change. I mean, you must have been looking at that side of it too. Like he didn't become too big for his britches.
No, and
you
I
know?
learned a lot from him. You know, a lot of stuff you wouldn't think you would know. Like they had to take his cell phone away from him because Larry would just give his cell phone number to everybody. Like you can't do that anymore. You're getting famous.
They took it. Somebody took it away
Well,
from him.
they told him he had to quit giving out his number. You can't give your number to everybody
Have
anymore.
you had his chips? We talked about this on the show yesterday. Have you had his chips?
I have not had his chips, but there's a bag in the green room, and I think I might steal them.
His former manager is Jeremy McComb, and he was here singing yesterday. He's now like songwriter, lives in Nashville.
I know Jeremy.
Yeah, but he's like, they're horrible. We were like, well, you got to get the right flavor. He's like, I don't know, guys. I haven't had.
I want my own chips one day. I want Cheetos, some kind of a cheese puff. That would be good for me.
That'd be a great endorsement.
That'd be great.
Hey, in 2004, you were the New Face, right? New Face of Comedy in
Faces up
2004?
in Montreal. We did a big comedy festival up there. Yeah.
So 12 years later, what are you? If you were a new face then?
12 years later, I'm still doing it. You know, I haven't really. I'm kind of comfortable where I'm at. You know, if this is as big as it gets for me, that's fine. But you know, I would trade cable guy paychecks in a second. But yeah, I love what I do, and I can't do anything else. You know, I've been fired from a lot of Mick jobs. You know, I got fired from my last Mick job, Mick Quick. That didn't take long.
What'd you do?
Do you really want to know?
Yes.
I worked for the county, and my job was to pick up roadkill.
That was it.
And you got fired from that job?
I didn't get fired
From that job?
but I did decide one day that I was funnier than that. So I was like, you know, that was my job.
I'll
Somebody
take a
has
chance.
to, the deer get hit, and I went and got them, and that was what I did.
Oh,
So.
As you evolve through your career, does it get harder or easier to come up with material? Because as you grow and learn more about your craft, you think you might have better ideas, but then
Well,
you may run out of
you
material.
get a different perspective, and now that I have a daughter, my 11-year-old daughter, she's a constant source of, because everything is new to her, and I see it through her eyes, and I'm like, well, that's new to me now, you know? It's like snacks, you know? before I had a child, I never bought a bag of cookies, or anything.
Right.
And now it's like I go to the candy aisle in the store, and it's like I feel like I'm 12 years old
When you
again.
see one of these moments happen in your life that you're like, that'd be good stuff to talk about. Do you write it down? Do you go write it down, or do you just remember it? And
A lot of my stuff is written on, a bar napkin or wherever I happen to be at the time, and just if something comes to your head, just jot it down. Hopefully it turns into something.
If you come to Omaha, I mean, you're here enough to where you get the city now. What do you do when you're not on stage? Do you get out? Do you go to specific places or restaurants
I
or what?
enjoy Omaha. I go downtown. I love the downtown area. A lot of nice restaurants down there and stuff. Colleen drove me one day past Warren Buffett's house.
You're hitting all the high notes.
I was checking that out. That was kind of cool.
James is here. It's been, I don't know, 15 months, something like that since his last visit.
Yeah.
So if you want to see him, you've got a couple of chances tonight and then again tomorrow. Call to get tickets. It's 493-8036. And then online, because some of you just don't like to talk to people. You'd rather just click and buy. We get that too. funnyboneomaha.com.
Colleen's a heck of a tour guide, isn't she?
She's awesome.
She's great. Thank you, James.
Thank you, guys.